Hey everyone, and welcome to Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown demo. This is a story-driven management game, I suppose it's the best way to describe it, where you take command of the starship Voyager stranded on the other side of the galaxy, and you are working your way through, well, a series of dangerous events, and you are attempting to get back home as soon as possible. So, since the demo dropped out, I thought, let's try it, and maybe let's stream it. We will see how that goes. I have played through it once already, just to check how everything works, but I guess there might be enough in here to do one or maybe even two runs on the stream, because there are some choices to be made in it that maybe we would like to check and see how the different options affect the game itself. So let us begin and go straight to it. Profile 2, new game. Yes, this demo features the first of 12 sectors and is based on an in-development build with many things subject to change. Yeah, apparently that message wasn't as important. I am assuming that anyone watching the vote will be in a better position, and you can just pause it and read it if you want to. Either way, we begin back home. We have just got a new order to, well, travel to a dangerous region of space and stop some terrorists from acquiring a dangerous weapon. So, let us dock to our ship and let's go. Yes, turn the lights on. That is important. As that screen before said, which you probably missed because it disappeared so quickly, this game doesn't have any voiceovers right now, but it is supposed to have at least partial voiceover in the full release, which will come at some time next year, I believe. But for now, it is just quite a lot of reading. So, gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the academy, ready for your first deep space assignment? Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. The Maquis? Wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was with the Maquis only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Prison? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. And here we are in the Badlands, apparently full of dangerous plasma storms, but, well, since we have the best damn pilot in the sector, we should be fine. And Captain Janeway is ready for the challenge. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I am reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us and a displacement wave heading towards us. Colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert, helm evasive maneuvers. No effect, the wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. And so it begins. Blammo. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage, the transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sick bay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core gone to great mode. Great mode? Grey mode. We're on reserves, barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Oh. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. Welcome to the tutorial. Click on the question mark icon on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Yeah, some additional tutorials will not pop up during gameplay, but automatically appear in the tutorial list. I wish this window was a little bit bigger, because there really isn't... It really isn't convenient to having to scroll through so little text. There we go. And this is our ship. If you have played something like XCOM 2, you might be familiar with this concept. You start with a ship that has a ton of rooms that are in a very poor state, and you can send some crew to clear the debris, which will give you not only the room to build more rooms, but also some resources. But for now, since they want us to enable the stellar cartography room, let's go there and do that. Here's our warp core. Stellar cartography. Well, apparently we don't have to repair it or anything. It is just turned off, so turn it on. Captain sensors are picking up something out there, but what Harry is trying to stammer is we're not in the Badlands anymore. Yep, that definitely looks different. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we've just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Scan points of interest marked with the white question marks to reveal resources. And there it is. Star system view. We have multiple planets to scan. So I guess we shall start with the closest one. Scan. There's some duranium. Now we can get deuterium. Oh, so I'm going to guess that we have found what we needed. Navigate your ship by traveling to various locations. While traveling, time passes in the form of cycles. Yes, and when we approach a new point of interest, we can get an event, and there will be some options to choose from, giving us a colored bar representing the, well, all the dangers and opportunities of that event. Excellent dark green and good light green outcomes, more rewards. Average yellow with minor setbacks. Bad orange and terrible red. Oh, destroyed rooms, hull damage, severe injuries. Lovely. So, since our deuterium is at exactly 0, I think we might want to go here first. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down but structurally sound with sealed storage compartments. Leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. There is also the option of destroying the vessel and salvaging the debris if we had the torpedo launch bay available. It seems a little bit awkward that there isn't any option of trying to unseal the storage compartment. Oh well, I guess we shall choose the only option available. And now the random chance. Good outcome, 473 deuterium. Nice. Captain, we can now deactivate gray mode. Ready to increase warp core output. The warp core is the reactor that powers the ship. It continuously consumes deuterium. Depending on level, it produces more energy, but consumes more deuterium. So yeah, this is basically something like the main steam engine, whatever that was called in Frostpunk, where you could choose its output level, and based on that, it ate more or less resources. Well, in gray mode, it doesn't consume any deuterium and gives us 20 energy. We can switch to tier 1, which consumes 1 deuterium, and... I'm going to assume that it is plus 5 energy in comparison to this. It just shows 5 energy, which seems rather weird. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good, now what about this thing, this array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Well, let us scan for life signs. There is no one on board, Captain. And let's scan the array. Several life forms on board. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Get us to a uranium deposit. We'll need it to repair the transporter room. Right, so we will go there in a second, but first, show me the ship again, because I want to check that warp core. Oh, right, it shows that it consumes 1 deuterium to produce 5 energy, but it consumes 20 deuterium total. So our energy per cycle is actually 100 in comparison to 20 from this one. Ah, that's fine. Alright, let's get back to the system view, and we shall go to the uranium deposit that we have found earlier. We came across an abandoned mining station. The station is under lockdown and seems to be damaged. Yes, we can search for some resources. If we had the engineering office, we could repair parts of it to mine more. Oh well. If we can't, then we can't. Let's do what we can. Now, average outcome? Come on. That only yielded us 10, and I believe that we need more. Yes, we need 14. Well, in that case, let's scan more planets in the area. Ah, there's another deposit. Another abandoned ship adrift in space. Well, let's collect what we can if we can't unlock its storage compartments. There we go. We now have all the uranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter. So let's click it, and indeed, it requires 14. Repair. Oh, and apparently that was instant. Awesome. Transporters are back online. Set course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Very well. Do we need more deuterium first? No, I think we should be fine. Onwards. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Away missions present a series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. So traits are just a single word of description what they can do. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. Recommended traits here. So we are recommended to take someone who is a pilot and someone who is quick-witted. So I am guessing that is both of these. There you go. Start the mission. Decide on approach. Select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, then success chance is displayed over here. We seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place is eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? We can either look for any footprints or special noises using Tom's skill in whatever this icon represents, or scan for any life signs or strange energy signatures using Kim's, I'm assuming, science. Now this is 4 higher than his skill, and this is also 4, so I guess there isn't much difference here what we should choose. Still, all the tech use of extreme force is encouraged. Oh yeah. Fine, let's take Kim, and we have quite a good chance of completing this, so let's see what we can do. Yay, success. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from the nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working on fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. Alright. After a challenge, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. Alright, so I'm going to assume that once we get back from the away mission, and if they don't get any injuries, then they should recover all of those instantly? At least I hope so. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Demand to know what's going on? I mean, it is an option. Try to read his body language for any clues, or argue with facts that this can't be farm on Earth and you want to know what's going on. Yeah, that doesn't sound like the right choice, so either the first one or the second one. I think the last time I tried this one... You know what? This has quite the high requirement, and we can't really meet it, so let's see what happens if we choose the terrible option. Ah, we still got a success, so I guess it isn't as terrible as it could have been. Harry and Tom step forward, squaring their shoulders and demanding answers. The old man seems more amused than intimidated, chuckling to himself and shaking his head. He is confused why Harry and Tom are early, as it is not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering some fresh corn cobs. Lovely. You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. If the community's skill value is equal or higher than the required number, you have a chance for critical success, golden part of the chance bar. Nice. So I'm assuming the critical success will give us more of these resources. This is repairing rooms. We have done that. And we have done all of that as well. That is fine. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Yes, strange barn. What can we do with it? Investigate the barn wall for a hidden door with Tom. Try to analyze what these energy readings could be with Harry, or try to find a way to break the illusion of the wall with both of them. Sure, why not? That gives us 35 and a chance for critical success, so here's hoping. Nope. Still, it is a success, so... Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air, but before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room, where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half-Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. I wonder who they might be. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that have a large influence on how the story proceeds. Those decisions are marked with a golden outline. These people must be the missing Maquis. They are being held there, Captain. We must get them out of here. So, who do we wake up? I mean, both of them are already fatigued. Yeah, let's go for the first option. Confirm. Your choice has consequences. Nice. Tom rushes towards the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room, and everything goes black. Mission complete. Yes, we have succeeded in 4 challenges, got some experience. No critical successes, but at least no injuries. Seems pretty fine. And we got some, I'm assuming, science points, deuterium and uranium. Yeah, maybe we can build some nice new rooms. Harry Kim is unavailable. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Captain, what happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? But we were only there for an hour, right, Harry? Harry? He was just beside me. Then he's still on the array, but why were you released and not? The Maquis are hailing us, Captain, putting them on screen. I'm Commander Chakotay. Yes, of course you are. Oh, the Maquis. My chief engineer, Belana Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander. One of our own is also missing. It seems we share a problem, and it would make sense if we solved it together. Hey, Fluffy. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. You know, you could have asked for permission first. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and his Maquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Well, they have their phasers drawn already. I wouldn't call it just fraught with tension. Captain, this is Seska, one of my engineers, and Tuvok, my... Oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. And look at him, he instantly changed to his new clothes. Well, his old clothes, I believe. As my captain, Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Were you going to deliver us into their waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you I performed my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Charming. And I see you have Paris with you too. Are you forming a Maquis traitor club, Captain? You win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrances and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. The ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workforces. Ah, yes, I've seen that before. We will need that room to get some more work crews, I suppose. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Wasn't Deck 5 the one that always blew up in the TV show? To be able to supply power to a room, you need to activate the life support unit of the corresponding deck. So yeah, those are the rooms right next to the turbolift. Each life support unit consumes energy, so plan accordingly. There we go. Let's switch it on. Life support restored. Engineering office is now accessible. And of course it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. And what do we need for that? Oh, of course, some resources, but luckily we did get quite a lot of them from those earlier events. That should be just fine. Repair. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all the planets in the system and gather more deuterium and uranium. Yep, I'm guessing that is a good choice. Now, what I would like is a way to automatically scan all the planets in this system. Having to manually click on every single one of them just so I can click scan doesn't really seem like a good gameplay decision. It's more of a chore, but oh well. Let us scan absolutely everything. Scan, 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 and scan. Alright, we do have this deuterium close by, so I guess we can go for that first and then go for these 2 uranium ones. And look, engineering office has been repaired. Fully operational again. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Nice. Building or repairing rooms occupies work teams. Ah, yeah, so they are just like the engineers in XCOM. That should be pretty simple thing to do. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. And there is a morale bar. Change per cycle. And I'm assuming we can see that over here. Morale. We have minus 1000 max morale because, well, all of our crew is quarterless. Everyone is sleeping in the corridors, and that also gives us negative 50 per cycle and another negative 50 for emergency rations. So yeah, I'm guessing fixing the mess hall will be a pretty smart decision. Switch the life support on. And of course the mess hall has sustained extensive damage. What do you need? 60 uranium. Alright. 3 cycles to repair. Until completion, we should address crew accommodation. The room must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Yeah, so once again, this is similar to XCOM 2, where you have to excavate the room before you can build anything in it. But digging it out should also give you a little bit of resources, so it is at least something gained. Let's continue to collect more resources in the meantime. Oh, also, before we deal with this event, can I exit it early? No, I'm assuming... You know what? I am actually not sure. If I leave here, can I try that event again, or if it is just lost? Let's try it. Okay. The resource is still here, so I'm assuming it is just fine. Let's go back to the ship. What is our... Oh, right, because we are both digging that room and repairing mess hall. Both our work crews are actually busy. Never mind. They should be done in a cycle, so let's deal with this event first. One thing that I find a little bit weird about this demo is that there is quite a small amount of those events. I mean, this is my 4th or 5th event in this playthrough, and the 3rd time I got the exact same event. I'm hoping that for the release version they will have much more of these, so they don't repeat quite as often. Right, we got a pretty decent supply of deuterium that should keep us fueled for a while. Let's go for the uranium. Set course. And the mess hall is fixed. Amazing. Enter the ship. Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. The crew consumes rations with every cycle. The emergency rations don't require resources but lower morale. Alright. Yes, emergency rations negative 50. Premium replicator rations give us plus 10. Hold on, I wanna see. 1 deuterium replicates food for 3 crew per cycle, so 17 deuterium for all my crew currently. 17. So yeah, that should last us for some time. Can I see here how long will that last? 21 cycles before entering forced grey mode. Alright. Good to know. Ooh, ex-Borgs. I mean, that seems like a little bit of a spoiler, but sure, why not? I'm assuming those are the different forms of accommodation, and apparently the Borg are getting a separate one, which kind of makes sense. Heroes. We have 4 heroes so far, and I'm assuming we will be able to get more soon. Alright, keep exploring while the repairs are in progress. We have fixed the room, so we have 1 more working crew available. I think I might want to dig out another room to build more crew quarters later on, so let's do just that. Alright, and as this has been dug, let's build crew quarters number 1. Yes, you're back The airbag is killing you from sleeping in the corridor. Sure. To build new rooms, select the empty building space to bring out the construction menu. Yep. Builds. Oh. All the Borg options are locked. The combat options. We could build a phaser control room or a shield generator, although they require resources that we don't have. Technology. What do we have here? Science laboratory. Also requires resources we don't have. Maintenance. We could build another engineering office, I suppose. If we needed another work team, that might be a smart thing to do later on. And a cargo bay. Increases storage capacity for a chosen resource. So it works similarly to something like Ixion. Which kind of makes sense. Ixion had quite a similar gameplay. It was a nice inspiration source. Right, let's go for the crew. Emergency quarters accommodates 10 crew. Ooh, 10 crew, so I would need 5 of those to give beds to everyone. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. And it takes 2 tiles. So I guess one can go in here. Yes, accommodation, I know. And I'm guessing since we have these 3 rooms of 2 tiles, that will be a nice place for 3 more quarters. And I guess we can cram another one somewhere like here, since we do have the life support already online here. Why are you beeping at me? Alright, the caretaker is calling. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain, the old guy with the banjo, though he seemed a lot less jellyfishy back on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's start by scanning the array. I won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Harry and Taurus. No signs of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? I would assume the jellyfish. It's not exactly humanoid, Tom. Come on. Do we let Chakotay talk? You know what? Why the hell not? We won't do that. We've struggled for too long to be pushed around. Return our crew or you'll find out what the Maquis are capable of. The struggle for survival. It is a heavy burden, but I have no time for this. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? To ensure their survival. Survival. Who are you talking about? For your sake, I hope you're not talking about our people. Your people? No, your people may just hold the key to their survival, and I must hurry. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. This is getting us nowhere. We'll need to find our people fast. You managed to extract the valuable information, Commander. I recommend you for that. Captain, if I may, I have observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of a neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our mission's missing crew location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Commander? It seems our paths are intertwined, Captain. Let's use this opportunity to find our people and bring them back. Agreed. Mr. Paris, I want you at the helm for this one. Let's find our people. Well, he is already at the helm, so I guess that's fine. Set a course for the 5th planet in the neighboring system, maximum warp. The sector map shows you the entire sector with several star systems. You can either travel directly, or you can scan the system first and select a specific POI to visit. Oh, nice. Good to know. We will collect those resources since we are on the way already. Another abandoned mining station, but this time we have the engineering office, so we can choose the second option. There you go, excellent. Our engineers were able to repair parts of the station. We extracted all the resources we could, Captain. 69 uranium, and we are almost at capacity. Nice. Show me the sector map. Alright, so we have to go here. Now, you said I can scan it somehow, right? Ah, right click and hold. And there's a planet we have to go here, and there are some other points of interest, but we cannot scan it because we are in another system and we don't have stellar cartography upgraded. Speaking of that, what would we need to upgrade it? Where was that? There it is. 75 uranium and 50 tritanium. I don't think I've seen any tritanium anywhere. Nope. Those are all empty. Deuterium, uranium, nope. So in that case, I think we will just set a course and go there. Oh, a small pause for clearing out some rooms. And let's send you here. Uranium at max capacity. Thank you. Since it is at max capacity, I suppose we can start constructing another crew quarters. Oh, right, but we don't have any available crew, so let's pause this and let's do that. Perfect, 4 cycles. And you will finish in 1 cycle, so that is also fine. Alright, let us wait for that. There we go. Emergency quarters built. Oh, cool. And it lists all the crew. Although not a single name looks familiar. That seems suspicious. Management. Oh, and there are some upgrades later on. Oh, what an upgrade. It increases crew capacity, but that deteriorates morale even faster. Amazing. Alright. Let's send this freed crew to resume this. And we shall try and fly back there. And apparently we are once again interrupted by this thing. Shield generator. Oh, that might be something pretty decent to have. Let's repair it, since we do have quite a lot of resources. Oh, and there we are. Yeah, apparently the camera can't really focus on Voyager when it is traveling between star systems and you are constantly interrupted by those events. Alright, and another crew quarters over here. We still need to accommodate 30 people, so this will drop it down to 20. Oh, this is a shield generator, so we can't build another one here. There's one more room here. Yeah, I would need to turn on life support here, but that also requires some duranium. Sorry, not duranium, tritanium. Yep. Although those sections, no, they also require tritanium. Oh well, I guess then some of the crew is going to sleep in the corridor until we can find some. Right, to the system view we go. And before we go for the quest planet, let's scan the neighborhood. Maybe we will get lucky and... oh, apparently we can get some science points. Which I don't think we can spend right now, but it might be nice to have later on. More uranium. More deuterium. Yep, doesn't look like there's any tritanium in the neighborhood. Fine, let's go for the quest planet then. Shield generator has been repaired. Increases shield capacity, changes energy consumption from 5 to 6. Oh, the upgrade, you mean. We could technically dismantle it to get some tritanium. Although I don't think dismantling our shields is going to be a smart choice. Yeah, this wouldn't give us any of that. Sadly, I cannot dismantle the shuttle bay. That would be nice. Oh, and look, there's the Aero Shuttle Bay. Now, I do wonder if they are going to let us... Oh, they definitely are going to let us use it some way, since apparently it is a level 1 room, which I'm assuming means we will be able to upgrade it later on, so it surely has some sort of a function. Phaser control room, what do you need? Alright, we have the resources, so let's repair that as well, in case there is any combat. And apparently we... Alright, because all the work teams are busy. So in 2 cycles, I guess we will send that team to repair our science lab. Hopefully that will unlock us some research. Alright, phaser control room complete. And now fix the science lab. Captain, we've got a major problem brewing down in engineering. Deuterium levels are critical. This ship won't last long without a refuel. If we don't locate a new supply soon, we'll be adrift in space with no energy, no life support. We need to act fast. You'll have 25 cycles to accomplish this task. Okay, so we have a choice here. Either we accept this and stock 500 deuterium, or I guess we don't do anything. I'm not sure if there is any point in selecting the other option here. So let's select this. We have 25 cycles to get to 500. Let us go to the system view. And another interruption. Perfect. Science lab has been fixed. Can we actually use it yet? Management, research and analysis, no, apparently not. So we will have to wait for that to be unlocked with the storyline. Oh, and we can assign some heroes to those rooms. I'm assuming if I assign Tuvok here, we can get... increase the fire rate of the phaser array. Oh, that might be useful. Alright, I guess we are going to the... quest planet, so let's try that out. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Oh, continue. Perfect. Yeah, those animations are pretty alright. Nothing too fancy, but they look quite alright. Well, especially in comparison with this. I am hoping that this is looking so rough only because it is an early preview build. Hopefully it is going to get much better later on. There we are, Captain, and might I say, what a ride. Voyager handles like a dream, responsive, agile. Don't get too carried away, Mr. Paris. Let's see what we have here. Desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. What's so special about this ugly old space rock? I guess we should scan it then. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Why would anyone want to live there? Analyze the planet's atmosphere. Let's take a look at what happened here. The atmosphere contains no nucleogenic particles, Captain. The planet is incapable of producing rain. I've studied thousands of M-class planets. I've never seen an atmosphere without nucleogenics. There must have been some kind of extraordinary environmental disaster. The entity said something about ensuring their survival. It's a harsh environment. Maybe he's talking about the inhabitants? Check the energy impulses. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of desert. I recommend an away team investigates the area. I don't know. If you see strong energy pulses hitting a location on the planet, I think that sending people to that location is the last thing you want to do. But whatever. There's something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Let's prepare our away team. Alright, we have some visitors. And who might that be? A small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant? Greetings, I'm looking for something on this dusty old rock. Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? I've seen a ship like yours. Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times, well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. Captain, it's a tricky place, dangerous. You could use a guide, but of course, a guide needs a little, you know. Compensation? Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void wolves have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. And apparently we have recruited Neelix. Well, he's easily convinced. Rebuild Voyager and explore the system or skip cycles until Neelix is ready to talk. Well, apparently he needs to take his buff, so I guess we can collect the deuterium in the meantime. Set a course. And once again we have the abandoned vessel event. Yeah, there is very little variation in those events right now. And an average result yielding us not a lot at all. Let's get to the other one. Maybe we'll get a little bit more lucky. Captain, we've detected massive deuterium levels in the atmosphere of this Class J gas giant. Atmospheric conditions are harsh, but the potential fuel yield is exceptional. Well, we can deploy a collector probes for a safer though less efficient collection, or we can risk to fly directly into the atmosphere. I mean, no risk, no reward, right? Ooh, bad result. Just 20% reward and 20 hull damage. Ouch. Our Bussard collectors were able to collect a medium amount of deuterium, but our hull took some damage. Where... No, that's just a number, never mind. Where is our hull, actually? The displayed number of cycles indicates how many cycles it takes until deuterium is depleted. Ah, alright. That is good to know. I'm assuming there is no whole info here, but we should be able to check it somewhere here. Maybe. No, that's just a warp core. Morale, crew, heroes. Huh. Ship, maybe? Or am I just blind? Maybe I am just blind. Alright, never mind, since apparently it is not important right now. Let's take the call from the caretaker. What a delicious meal, a culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup. I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Oh, we need your assistance now. Your missing crew, scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At the foot, you'll find a Kazan Ogla encampment. Kazan Ogla? One Kazan sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Ocampa had our people. Well, the Ocampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Maj Jebin, the Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. Well, before we send the away team down, anything else we should know about this Kazan Ogla? Water's a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Right, let's get a team down there. And apparently Neelix has been automatically added to it. Because why not? I'll fly back to the Ocampa, but we still don't have enough deuterium. You know what? Let's risk it. Let's go there. I think we should be able to reach it. Yeah, spending half of our deuterium, but still. Another abandoned vessel, but this time we did get a pretty decent supply. And we got over 500, so we get 200 morale as a bonus for fulfilling the promise. Nice, the crew is happy. At least for the near future. Let's get some more before we continue onwards. Use the tractor beam to try to clump up the debris for easier collection. And we lost 240 because we don't have enough room to store it. Oh well. Let's grab this science as well, and then we will go to the planet. A small but stable spatial anomaly, not dangerous, could provide valuable scientific data. We can scan it from a safe distance or conduct a detailed analysis using our science lab, which we're gonna do. Average results, 20 science. Not too terrible. Oh, and also the science lab apparently produces 1 science per cycle on its own. So we don't need to rely on the scavenged science points, I suppose. What is that? Deuterium at max capacity. I am aware of that, thank you. Let's go back to the Ocampa. And we will send the away team down to see what is going on the surface. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders. Send an away team. Yes, recommended traits, Talaxian. Well, that's... we do have covered by Neelix. We need a survivalist and an innovator. Well, I say need. We could use them, but... yeah, we don't have any innovators. We do have a survivalist, though. And... I suppose since we're going down, we don't really need a pilot. Let's take the Vulcan. That seems to cover all our challenge options, so it should be fine. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly, the air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? There is a survivalist option here. And I think that won't be required until the final challenge in this mission, so I guess we can choose that. And that has just the right amount of points, so it should be fine. Let's orient ourselves using the cardinal points. Go, Chakotay, go. Critical success. Nice. Chakotay determines the cardinal directions. He navigates the team through the rocky valley, eventually reaching a rocky ledge, gaining a better view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazan Oglas settlement. However, the wind is picking up, and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. We got 300 deuterium, which will overflow our stores again. But since we can't do anything about it, never mind. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. I'm assuming this is engineering, so choosing Neelix might be a good choice here since it won't be required, well, basically anywhere else other than this one event. Can I choose... no, I can't choose different options with different people. Although this is negative 15 points and over here it's negative 12, so I suppose this might be the better choice, especially given that we are getting some science out of it. And the duranium, I think there is quite enough duranium in this space. You know what? Let's go for the scientific option. Analyze the area and evaluate the best cover for the storm. Go to Vok, don't fail me. And you have failed me. God damn it, Vulcan. The away team wastes too much time settling on a cover spot and the sandstorm comes upon them with full force. They stumble through the blinding storm before finally finding a secure place. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides, the away team emerges, bruised and battered, and sets off in the direction of the Kazan Ogla settlement. Negative 50 health. Is that just for Tuvok or is that for all of them? That is a good choice. Sometimes certain approaches in away missions bear additional risks. Dangerous approaches are marked by a danger level indicator over here. Failing such a challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. Alright. We've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people? Approach in a typical Starfleet manner. Yeah, that seems like a good choice. Let's do that. Since it requires 60, we can use both Neelix and Chakot. Really? Approach in a typical Starfleet manner, and the only person that we cannot use for this event is the Starfleet one. Come on, game. Anyway, this is 70 points out of 60, so we should have a chance of a critical success. There we go, critical success. The away team approaches with open hands and peaceful expressions, hoping to convey their good intentions. The Kazan Ogla women and children seem scared but curious, watching from a distance. The men approach cautiously, weapons at the ready. A tall Kazan emerges from the settlement. Jabin, their leader, at the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazan, but more like a human with pointy ears peers around the corner. Seems like the Kazan don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Assure them you have no bad intentions, demonstrate strength to keep the Kazan at bay, offer water in exchange for information about the Ocampa. Well, they did say that they could use some water, so maybe that is the option to choose. Although it is 15 out of 30, so might be a bit risky. You know what? Sure, why not? And we got a success. Nice. The away team offers Jabin water from the replicators. Fascinated by this technology, Jabin accepts the offer and becomes more receptive. He explains that the Ocampa live underground, their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised Ocampa woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface. When suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser. He points at Jabin and demands for the Ocampa girl to be freed. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. We can appease and carefully withdraw, to which we could use both Neelix and Chakotay, which would be pretty nice. Tactical retreat run. Yes, tactical retreat panic. This should be a safe option, although it does have a point of risk. I think that if we have more than those points, we should be fine. And secure the retreat with phaser fire. Yeah, let's not turn this into a firefight immediately. I think we're gonna do the first option here. So let's appease and carefully withdraw. Yes, I know you are fatigued, but we still should have a chance of critical success. Oh, even a standard success is nice. Cast recruited. Awesome. The away team raises their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away while choosing their words carefully to calm the angry Kazan. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive action, recognizes the away team's intelligent attempt to de-escalate the situation. He allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. Well, we didn't make any friends here. Although apparently we are bringing some back with us. More than gratitude, safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? My dearest Cass, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it had the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Cass, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. I am grateful. Now. Well, let's start from the top. What can you tell us about the caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it or where he came from? No, we do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Well, how did the two of you meet then? I met Kess while I was trading with the Kazon Ogla. They enslaved her, but she was kind even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, made me laugh. He was the only good thing in that terrible place. We fell in love. How sweet. I admit I use you, Captain. I apologize, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Why did you come to the surface? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearned for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We were once a people who had full command of our mind's abilities. Alright, we have things to do. Get started on the transporter signal amplifier, and Cass will go to sickbay and have you examined. Oh, right, we didn't fix our sickbay just yet. The science back is online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Alright. And this is the only choice we have, so I guess there we go. Can we speed it up with someone? Either Cass or Tuvok. You know what? Let's put Tuvok in. That's... well, that's still 3 cycles. Oh well. We were supposed to go to sickbay, right? Which is damaged. I suppose we need to repair it. Which will also take 3 cycles. And what do we have here? Deuterium at max capacity, that I know, and new tutorial entry. Science lab. Researching technologies and projects requires a science lab. Open the menu, select the project. Research takes time. Okay, so nothing too fancy. Right, do we need to do anything on board? I guess we have a single work crew free. Can we excavate a room? Let's dig this out. And there is one more here, and this entire deck as well. I suppose we could dig this one out to get a little bit more sleeping room for people. Phaser control room. What are you guys eating? Is that just a diet of donuts? Oh, whatever. Let's go to the system view. And I guess while the sickbay is being repaired, we can collect some uranium. Which will happen somewhere along the way, I suppose. Yes, indeed. Sickbay has been repaired. Access the tech tree to research new upgrades. This way you can upgrade rooms or unlock passive bonuses to improve efficiency. Certain technologies first require an upgrade of the tier of a technological category. Okay. Research points are produced by active science labs, but can also be gained as rewards. Cool. And apparently we have researched the amplifier. The blueprints for the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop. Alright. And, oh, we can't repair it because we don't have a work crew free. We will have one once we put the sickbay online. They will be put in the sickbay automatically. Alright, cool. Computer, initiate emergency medical holographic program. There we go. We get the doctor. Amazing. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now and this patient. Yes, he is pretty sure of himself. Do your best, doctor. I am programmed for optical medical care. What else would I do? Yes, his bedside manner could use some work still. Alright, but that has freed us the work crew, so let's send them to repair this workshop. Also, tech tree. What do we have here? In engineering, we cannot really research anything. We would need to get tier 2, which requires 6 of whatever that is. Dilithium. Ah, a rare resource. Yes, it is apparently very rare because I didn't see any in both of the systems that I have scanned. So spending 6 might not be the best choice in this location. Although, enhanced maneuvering thrusters increases energy threshold for the propulsion system in combat by 1. I'm not sure if Shuttle Bay is of any use just yet. And what is the hyperspanner? Reduces shuttle construction time. Ah, so not really useful as well. Crew. Sickbay level 2, which increases patient capacity. Holodeck. Oh, okay, so it's just raises morale by 16 each cycle by providing entertainment to the crew. Alright. And apparently we got some texts that are hidden, but we do have the tier researched, so maybe they are locked behind story progression? Unsure. Science. Active scan navigation. Alright, so that thing we do have. We could get the resource analysis sensors, see the amount of resources at point of interest while scanning. Ah, so it will show us the amounts without having to go to the planet. Which might be useful. Increases XP from away missions, reduces hull damage taken while flying. Increases chances of transporter room options in dialogues and points of interests. 60 science, we have 155, and unlocking this would cost 60. Maybe I should go for transporter level 2. We could get some bonuses for combat. And there is no Borg research available, everything is locked. I'm assuming it is locked because it is unavailable in the demo. So, you know what? Let's just try this out. Let's unlock the science tier 2. Oh, that actually takes time. Well, never mind, then we will get the transporter once it is done. Explore the tech tree, repair and activate the workshop. I think I'm working on it. Yes, 3 cycles left. In the meantime, collecting the resources. Another mining station. Excellent result, 64 uranium. Nice. Speaking of that, maybe once we get work crew free, we could excavate one of those and build a cargo bay to store some more uranium, I suppose. We'll see about that. Do we have... No, we don't have any free work crews. Never mind. This will be done in a cycle. So let's just fly... You know what? Let's fly back to the Okampa. If we have fixed everything and can proceed with the events, then we shall do that. If not, we can always go and get more deuterium. There we go. We are at 91 out of 100, so it would be nice to... Oh, this is actually a 3-tiled room, so I guess we can build the cargo bay here. Yeah, let's do that. 4 cycles left. Right. How are you guys doing? Still 1 cycle. So now it's done. Workshop repaired, Captain. We can start production of the signal amplifier. Three cycles left. Alright. Let's get... Oh, hold on. There's a new tutorial available. Workshop. Craft unique items, consumables. Unique items need blueprints. Crafting consumes resources and takes time. Oh, nothing fancy either. Science tier 2 researched, so we can research the transporter level 2. 12 cycles? Holy crap. That is an advanced tech. Alright, back to the system. And, oh right, we are waiting on the crafting. How much longer? 1 cycle. Can I just fly around empty space to pass time? Or can I pass the time in some other manner? Because I definitely don't want to travel around all the points of interest. I don't think there is a way to pass time like that. Focus ship. Oh, skip cycle. There it is. Let's skip a cycle. There we go. Cargo bay has been built. Enter the ship. And the signal amplifier has been completed. Nice. We will head there in just a second. Show me my cargo bay. It is by default set to deuterium. Do I want to keep it that way? Sure. The deuterium is running out rather quickly, so having more storage for it might be nice. If we collect another nice event that gives us something like 600, we should be able to store it instead of losing like 200 for nothing. Alright, Ocampa. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Well, let's send our away team down. Cass has to go because we've got recommended traits Ocampa. Other than that, we are free to choose anyone, I think. There is some combat, some engineering, some survivalist skills. Oh, and it doesn't show me anything about them being tired, so I suppose they do rest either instantly or quickly enough after each mission. So Tom Paris has some engineering and Neelix has more of that. Although Paris has survivalist, which is used here. Neelix only has the Starfleet, which isn't gonna be useful at all. Well, it will be useful in one event, and I think it's gonna be better if we choose Tom here. And we need some combat. Well, Vulcan it is. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they reach for the weapons, but hesitate. Careful, shouts one of them. Don't let them butter you up. Captain, the Kazon seem to be more cautious this time, but they're still ready to attack. We could go for a show of force. Attempt to negotiate safe passage using the previous diplomatic success. Do you remember how that mission went at all? Use a transporter module to make harmless object appear, causing a distraction. That will use our engineering option. Do I want to use that early on? Unsure. You know what? Sure. Let's do it. Go, Tom. Don't fail me. You have failed me. God damn it, Tom. The away team's transporter trick backfires. The object they beam into the Kazon group malfunctions, causing a small explosion, anchoring the Kazon and making them attack. The away team suffers minor injuries before finally chasing them away. Well, why couldn't it be a large explosion that just incapacitates them? That would have been perfect. Oh, and Tom got injured. Well, crap. Captain, we've reached the tunnel entrance using the transporter signal amplifier now to find possible breaches in the security barrier. And we technically could use Tom, but he's injured and apparently that reduces his skills. Let's just use both Cass and Tuvok for that. Maybe we can get a critical success. Nope. But still, it is a success. We deploy the transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern, a futuristic environment with smooth white walls emerges in front of the away team, glowing in a warm white light and littered with patches of green, the Ocampa City. We're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Harry and B'Elanna? We could let Cass lead the search. I mean, that is exactly why we brought her, right? The systematic search of the city, I suppose it would take quite a while. I think we're gonna go with Cass. Yep, that's a success. A group of Ocampa respectfully asking for assistance. They are touched by her concern. Oh, the away team eventually finds their crew members, awake but disoriented, surrounded by strange medical equipment. B'Elanna, wary of the unfamiliar faces, instinctively reaches for a weapon, but before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. Oh, maybe we should have brought Chakotay with us. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The caretaker array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. Lead the team through the collapsing tunnels or clear a path through any debris or obstacles. I'm assuming that will take some time. Well, both options are risky. You know what? Let's select both of you. There we go. The away team quickly navigates the collapsing tunnels, they dodge falling debris and leap over widening chasms, escaping the crumbling ceiling just in time. Soon they reach the exit, the security barrier the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Well, we shall analyze the tremors interference pattern and recalibrate the transporter signal amplifier accordingly. I'm assuming the first option is a rather bad one because we only can choose the poor injured Tom. Let's confirm. Yay, success. We quickly recalibrate the transporter signal amplifier to compensate, and we materialize safely back on Voyager. We didn't get no injury bonus, sadly, but at least we got some experience. And some science, I believe. Back on Voyager, Harry Kim breathes a sigh of relief while B'Elanna Torres eyes her Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Maquis engineer struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Don't worry about it. Miss Torres, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway and Ensign Kim. It's good to have you back in one piece. Reporting for duty, Captain. I didn't think I'd ever see Voyager again. It's good to be back. Don't worry, you still will not get a promotion. What the hell is going on here, Chakotay? Since when are we cozying up to Starfleet? It's a long story, B'Elanna. Let's just say we had to compromise to get you back. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet could help us. What have you learned about the Ocampa? Annoyingly friendly and incredibly naive, they wouldn't last 5 minutes on the surface. Apparently they've been living underground for over 500 generations. That's true, our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us the caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? The Ocampa mentioned something called the warming. The day our surface turned into a desert, on that day the caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then he has provided for the Ocampa to ensure their survival. Say again, Lieutenant Tuvok? There is enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis, Captain. The Ocampa homeworld turned into a desert from one day to the next. The caretaker's immediate arrival seems to be no coincidence. I assume he is responsible for the ecological damage. Building the underground city and caring for them, he seems to be trying to make amends. But how could he cause such devastation to render a planet incapable of sustaining life? I confess I do not know, Captain. Did you learn anything about the caretaker? He's been acting weird lately. Apparently abducting people is a new hobby of his. Oh, and he increased the Ocampa's power supply enough to last them for 5 years, if I recall correctly. And he destroyed the tunnels. It sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? The caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in strange ulcerations. The Ocampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before we met the guy. What a crook. They also said the caretaker had sent others with the same disease, but they didn't recover. They died? I want you both in sickbay now. Yeah, you should have taken care of that earlier, probably. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of a foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material? For what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. Nice. Captain, there is now enough evidence to form a reasonable hypothesis. The caretaker provides the Ocampa with a mere 5 years' worth of energy, then destroys the access tunnels. In addition, he frequently mentioned running out of time. The caretaker has sustained the Ocampa for millennia. Why this sudden urgency? It is illogical. My conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as the caretaker. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis. The caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Ocampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one capable of ensuring his life's work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. I believe that the caretaker is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? We have to return to the array before it's too late. Captain, given the caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. Alright, we will do that. But first I am going to take a few minute break, so be back shortly. Alright, and we are back. We have the shield generator already operational. We have the phasers online. We still need to repair and reactivate the torpedo launch bay. There it is. We do have both our work crews available, So let's set the repairs to commence. 3 cycles. We were also going to build more crew quarters, so let's excavate some more space. Anything around here? No, that all requires a ton of titanium that we do not have. Oh, and that's the holodeck. It also requires titanium. Oh well. Battery compartment, which also requires titanium, and the life support that requires titanium. Oh well. Whatever. And since our work crews are busy, let's go to the system view. I suppose we can go and gather more deuterium, since we have the storage for it now. Torpedo launch bay has been fixed. Also, this room has been cleared, so let's build some crew quarters. Perfect. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Let's show this quadrant what we're really made of. We detected a small debris field scattered across a wide area. This debris appears to be the remnants of a vessel. Maybe we can find something useful in here. Oh, let's clump up the debris. Nice. Excellent outcome, 585 deuterium. Pretty decent stock. Do we have anything in this system left? We have some uranium. Do we want to collect that? Nah, I'm not gonna bother. Let's go back to that sector then. Yes, I want to go here. Emergency quarters have been built. And we still have 10 crew members without sleeping places. All of these are 3-tile rooms, so it isn't perfect. But I guess if I excavate 2, then I can place 3 emergency quarters next to each other. So let's excavate one of those. Right. Here we are flying through the empty space, and we've reached this sector. Also, we've researched the transporter room level 2. We'll see if it comes up in any of the events or not. I'm not sure if I want anything else over here. Well, since they want us to upgrade our combat capabilities, maybe doing some of that in the research as well would be useful. Let's go for the shield frequency rotation research. That will take 10 cycles, which might be a little bit long, but we'll see if it works for us. We have 1 crew member, well, work crew free, so let's free up the second room here. And alright, back to the system view. We could fly back directly to the array, but I think I'm gonna go for more deuterium first. Go. In the meantime, we can handle all the needs of our crew. There we go. And that is ready. In 1 more cycle, this will be removed, and we will build... Oh, never mind. We already are meeting all the needs of our crew. We have 50 crew, and we have 5 quarter rooms with 10 each. Nice. Right. I guess we are fine on that front then. We have some uranium just in case we want to build some... Can we build something for combat? Phaser control room requires titanium. This requires titanium. And those we don't have researched. But even if we did, it requires a ton of titanium. Oh well. I guess we'll go into combat with what we already have. I'm assuming the shuttles wouldn't be of any use, right? Shuttles? Yeah, I don't see anything useful over here. No. Okay, I was going to ask a question whether assigning a hero to a room precludes them from taking part in away missions, but apparently it does not, because I definitely have sent Tuvok on an away mission and he has been assigned to the lab at all times. So I guess I can go to the phaser control room and assign... one. Well, Tuvok is in the lab, so I'm gonna choose Chakotay. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me if they have... if there is an... I would assume that depending on the character skills, you would get a different bonus for each one of them, but it doesn't show any differences over here. Oh well, let's assign Chakotay then. Main engineering. Oh, and here we can see a bonus. 47% to room efficiency, 35, 28, 17. Oh, let's set Taurus to engineering because why not? Workshop. I don't think we're gonna need the workshop anymore. Fine, let's assign everyone to their rooms. Neelix. Sickbay. The doctor. Can I assign... Nope. Apparently I cannot assign anyone to the bridge, which feels a bit strange, but sure, why not? And torpedoes. Do I have any heroes? No. Oh, and see, now here I can see the percentages. Huh. That's weird. Deflector doesn't have any heroes. Transporter room? Nope. Cartography? Nada. Upgrading the cargo bay would also require titanium. Can I upgrade sick bay? I can, but it also takes titanium. Oh well. I guess this demo is pretty limited in that regard. Right, let's collect all the deuterium we can. Not a whole lot, but it is something. And one more, and then we will fly back to the array. Yes, we have researched shield frequency rotation, so that should help us in combat. And for the rest, we would need tier 2 research, which we can't get yet because we have 59 out of 60. We need one more cycle. Was that it? Yes. So we can research tier 2 combat now. And exit and go back to the system view so we can collect... Ah, now we have the abandoned ship event for the nth time. But now we have the torpedo launch bay, so let's try this option. And apparently we were too close and took some hull damage in the explosion. Wow. Amazing. Remember, when firing torpedoes, don't be too close. It's a rookie mistake. In that case, we will check one more deuterium thingy. We have 4 research points left, so I don't think we can research anything. Yeah, I think we will just... Disruptor array. Huh. Fires a pulse that deals high damage to shields, but deals low damage against hull. Each additional disruptor control room provides the following benefits: increased energy threshold and subsystem health. So I'm assuming adding a phaser control room would do the same thing, but for phasers? Although I don't see anything on phasers here. Show me the phaser control room. It doesn't say anything about that over here. Anything about weapons? Not really. Oh well. Our 2 free crew work crews can excavate the remaining unlocked spots, which are slowly running out. I think those are the last ones here. Okay. Do your work, people. We will collect more of deuterium, hopefully. Oh, not a whole lot more, but still, it is something. And now we shall go back to the Caretaker's array, which is taking a lot of time. Alright, at least we got some uranium from clearing out those rooms. Alright, let's get to the array. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Continue. Well, looks like we have some ships in the area. It seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. The lead ship is hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Maquis Raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Back for more, are you? Don't think your silk tongue will work this time. All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We will beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. Oh, I'm sure you have another fancy speech prepared for the entity, but I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. You'd rather talk your way into getting what you want. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. I'm not as gullible as you think. The array's power is mine. Jabin, can we discuss this like two civilized? Nope. Apparently not. They are powering up their weapons. Battle stations. Each combat encounter, you may choose up to 3 heroes to utilize their specific strengths and abilities. Click on the plus symbols to select new heroes. Right. Voyager and a Raider versus Kazon Carrier and 2 support vessels. We have a Chakotay and a Tuvok. So, who else is... Yes, I'm sure rousing speech will be amazing during combat. Evasive maneuvers might be nice. Let's try to embarrass them. And I definitely don't want to auto-resolve. Let's just start the combat. The Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically, torpedoes manually. 1. The button on top. You control the ship by opening the command menu. 2 on the lower right, and deciding how to approach the enemy in the selection that shows up. Alright. What are your orders? Defeat Jabin and his fleet. Oh, and we have limited torpedoes. Good to know for the future. Let's go for... Oh. Yes, I am clicking orders, but it isn't doing anything. Apparently you can only use the keyboard keys. Order your ship to try and attack or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movement. 1 or 2. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems. Proceed to offensive movement. Right. Offensive movement. And... we are targeting the Kazon Carrier, right? Let's try and target their weapons. Combat is paused. Toggle pause with space. Alright. Apparently... we are flying automatically. Oh, we can move our camera. Nice. In battle, the hero's abilities can be activated either by selecting them with the mouse or by pressing the number keys. Blue countdown is ability activated. White countdown is cooldown. Hover over the images to learn about the abilities. Maquis maneuver increases Voyager's rotation speed and boosts weapon damage output. 20-second cooldown. Coordinated attack fires a double phaser. Evasive maneuver dodges enemy attacks for a limited time, granting a brief window of invulnerability. Alright, I guess since we are attacking their weapons... Oh, also, weapons. Well, apparently they have a separate health bar, so can we destroy those weapons? Increases rotation speed and boosts weapon damage output. Well, in that case... I guess we will choose that. Oh, it would appear that we have some FTL-like power management here. Nice. Right, let's enable the Maquis maneuver. Oh. Apparently we are being fired upon from multiple directions. Movement target reached. Ability available. Ah, there's one of those support vessels. And I can switch the targets. Ah, so this is the Kazan support vessel beta. Now let's focus on the carrier first. Fires a double phaser, sure, why not? And let's evasive maneuvers. Ah, I even get an animation for that, nice. Ability available. Well, it doesn't look like there is one available because all of them are on cooldown. There we go. Their weapons are almost gone, so that should make it easier. Oh, also, can we somehow find our Maquis radar? Well, I don't know why the Voy is over there, but I'm gonna assume that means that is our Maquis radar and it is engaging one of the other ships. Oh, never mind. Kazan carrier. Continue firing. What is their shield status? 16 on the front shields. Keep firing, please. Torpedoes have to be fired manually. Shift key. They are very powerful weapons, causing great damage to systems in whole. Their effect is negligible against shields. Yes, that's why I want to get through those shields first, before I fire them. Oh, their left side is open, so I guess we can select order, offensive actions, target their shields, fire some torpedoes. Oh, apparently they don't have very quick cooldown. Oh, I think... Oh, they've surrendered? Alright. The support vessel Alpha has disabled weapons. Let's enable the Maquis maneuver. That should give us a boost to our enemy shields destroyed. Well, fire torpedoes. Come on, fire another one. Nice. This one has been destroyed. And we have one more target left. Keep focusing their weapons, actually. Out of range, I'm assuming. Can we... No, there is nothing about increased... Oh, never mind. The radar apparently dealt with the third ship on its own. Well, in that case, let's proceed. That went better than expected. Our radar is still in good shape. I'll keep it close by just in case more Kazan decide to show up. Huh, nice. You are strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I have called for reinforcements. This array will be mine. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazan will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. Well, it was your fault. Something you didn't turn the planet into a desert, didn't it? That was the debt that could never be repaid. We were explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea our technology would devastate their atmosphere. Two of us were chosen to stay behind and care for them. Two? Where's the other? She went off to look for more interesting places. You must let go of the Ocampa. Did you ever consider allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up, they need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. Send us home. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us... Captain Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array system to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazan. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please protect the Ocampa. The caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice: return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. He's gone. Oh, Captain, the Kazan are closing in. Shall I try to access the primary control systems to send us back? And apparently this is a very important decision. Oh. I guess, since, spoiler, what happened in the TV show, they destroyed the array and continued onwards. I guess we could try out the other option, especially given the fact that I'm assuming that there isn't much more to explore after all these events. And if we want to just destroy the array and continue, we're gonna have to wait for the full game to be released. Let's... oh, right. Apparently, since this is a very important choice, they don't just let you click like that. You need to hold the button for a while. Protecting the Ocampa would violate the Prime Directive. My responsibility is to this crew access the control systems. We're going home. To hell with the Prime Directive. They deserve a chance to live. I mean, it would be pretty funny to get convinced by Chakotay, but I think I'm gonna follow through. Let's see how he reacts. It's my ship, Commander. Tuvok, now. Attempting to access the primary control systems, Captain. The systems are unresponsive. I cannot initiate the What? Come on. No. Hey, I was trying to get back home. Why didn't the game let me do that? That is... fine. I guess we are going with the default option then. Fire. And there goes our way home. We'll find another way home, I promise. Excuse me, Belana, didn't you just see what happened? We tried accessing it, but it didn't work. It was the right decision. The Ocampa, they remind me of our people. We were fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Ocampa deserve that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great, now I'll definitely miss my next outmeet review. Missed behavior review should not be your primary concern at the moment, Mr. Paris. Ah, thanks to Vuk, haven't thought about that. Jabin is hailing us, Captain. You have made an enemy today. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. The hull can be damaged in combat, dialogue, spatial phenomena, or in the main... if the main deflector is offline. Ah, so now it shows the hull strength here. Cool. Good to know. If the hull integrity reaches 0, Voyager will be destroyed and the game is over. Hull doesn't regenerate by itself. To repair the hull, assign a work team in the engineering office. Asteroid field, plasma storm, and main deflector online. Alright. Fly to the marked destination in the third system. Alright, so I suppose we shall do that in a second, but first I wanna collect as much deuterium here as I can, since I don't think I want to return to this system later on. Yes, I know, we will stock up on deuterium over here. Let's risk it. No risk, no reward. And apparently with risk we also can get no rewards. Let's go to the ship, to our engineering office, and let's assign a work team to hull repair. That costs us 2 duranium per cycle, but repairs 5 hull points. Right. Another chance for deuterium, please. I really need that. All damage was repaired and we received a good amount of resources as thanks. Nice. Just over 500. I hope there is some deuterium in that third system. Hull repair completed. Nice, thank you. That means we have a free crew member, but we don't really have anything to... Oh, we have some titanium. I didn't even notice us getting that at any point. Can we spend it on anything? Oh, engineering? Not really. That would be nice, but we don't have the research points. None of those seem like something I can do. So, let's just fly to that third system. And there we are. Oh, Apparently there is a quest asteroid over there, but first let's scan some nearby planets. Oh, cool. 2 chances of deuterium. Let's go for both. We are 4 cycles away from gray mode again. That's unfortunate, but that bought us 6 days. It's something, I suppose. And once again, we will risk Voyager. And once again, we failed. God damn it. We are very unlucky with those events. Engineering office, repair. Oh, they were still assigned. Good to know. I would assume they get unassigned when the repairs are finished, but apparently not. Sure, I guess we will fly to that system. Well, to that asteroid, actually. 70,000 light years from home. It seems we're in this together, Commander. Your decision didn't win you any friends, Kazan, Maquis, and Starfleet, but I respect you for it. That wasn't my decision, mate. The anger is justified, but we have more pressing concerns. 2 crews on 1 ship stranded in Delta Quadrant, fighting for survival. I know a thing or two about survival. The Maquis are a motley crew. We had to learn to put our differences aside and work together. To coexist. Coexist, Well, Commander, I'd like to offer you the position of Voyager's first officer, since my chair is weirdly empty. First officer, you're willing to trust a Maquis with that responsibility? I'm learning to adapt. This is a new beginning, a chance to forge a new path together. Neelix, Cass, you wanted to see me? Do you need anything else before you leave? Supplies, water, medicine? Well, that's what we want to discuss. We'd like to go with you. Before you say anything, Captain, we both very much want to be a part of your journey. I can offer you so much in this sector, Captain. Need a guide, supplies, contacts, and a cook. Oh, you haven't lived until you've tasted my Angla Bosque. But more than that, Captain, I can be your morale officer. Keep those smiles bright on this long voyage home. I have a feeling you'll need that. A guide, a cook, and a morale officer? That's quite enough for Mr. Neelix. And Kess, what about you? What do you hope to gain from this journey? I want to see the galaxy. There's so much out there I don't know. So much to explore and discover. Perhaps this journey could help me understand my own telepathic abilities better, learn more, develop them. But I also want to help. After the doctor cured my wounds, I realized I want to help people too. Maybe I could learn from him, assist in sickbay. I think the doctor would be glad to have you. Very well then, welcome aboard. Captain, you might want to see this. Looks like we've stirred up a little trouble in a good way, I think. Sudden distress call reveals Voyager's victory over Jabin sparked a mass escape from the Kazan slave camp. Janeway wastes no time ordering the desperate survivors to be beamed aboard. Neelix is surprised to find another Talaxian. Zybane, who was captured while exploring the Ocampa landscape, gratefully joins the growing crowd of survivors seeking the doctor's care, plus 13 crew. God damn it, I've just built all the quarters. Alright, everybody, listen up. Oh, apparently it's speech time. Fine, this one. We're alone in an uncharted part of the galaxy, ripe for scientific discovery. We face the unknown with open minds, eager to explore and learn. To survive, we must work together as one crew. As the only Starfleet vessel in the Delta Quadrant, we will continue to explore, but our primary goal is to return home. 75 years is not an option. We will use every weapon and tactic to find a way. Yes, the warship Voyager will prevail. Never give up. We'll search for shortcuts and new technologies to get us home faster. Somewhere along this journey, we'll find a way back. Well spoken, Captain. Mr. Paris, you've proven yourself a skilled pilot and a valuable member of this crew. I hereby appoint you as our flight control officer. Lieutenant? He doesn't even get to start from ensign? Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Hey, Harry, I bet your own promotion is just around the corner. Oh, just rubbing it in, huh? Oh boy, imagine me becoming captain one day. I'm sure that won't require wiping the timeline or something like that. Very well, gentlemen. As first official act in your new position, Lieutenant Paris, set a new course. We're flying home. And apparently we have reached the end of the demo. You've made the brave choice to destroy the caretaker's array, stranding your crew far from home for the greater good. No, I have not. I wanted to use it to get back home, but I got a bad roll on the RNG. That is not my fault. I definitely didn't want to do that. The game forced me. Brave choice. Yeah. And I guess that is it. We can just fly around and explore some more systems over here. Well, systems, planets. There's some research to be gained, so we could unlock more of those technologies. Oh, look, titanium. Nice. Shame that it didn't show up anywhere sooner. Yeah, but I think that there isn't really much more to do. And this is the end of the demo. Yeah, I think that that is going to be it for that stream then. Yeah, this game seems interesting. Yeah, I really hope that they do add the voiceovers in the full game, because right now it is very, very text heavy, and yeah, for a lot of people, I guess it won't be very interesting to just sit there and read a wall of text after a wall of text after a wall of text, and so on and so forth. It feels like some of those events have quite a lot of RNG to them as well. I'm not sure if that is properly balanced just yet, but there is the possibility that the game is kind of like FTL and is a little bit more balanced on having the appropriate technologies and room and crew available to select special outcomes out of those events. Maybe those default options are just the way they should be, and they wanted them to be random because you don't have any special way of handling them. So yeah, maybe in the full game it's gonna be better, because we will be able to use the tech tree to get some stuff that can help us get through those events much better. I mean, looking at those techs that we technically could have in this demo, if we had the resources for them. Well, in the engineering, I don't see anything special, although there are a few nodes that are just question marks, so I'm assuming they are hidden as not to spoil what's going to be available in the full game. I wonder if the holodeck gives you any special options, especially given that there are free upgrades for it, so it should be quite a big thing. Oh, and there are 2 additional upgrades for it. Morale simulation increases morale bonus. Yeah, it looks like the holodeck only gives you morale bonus for your crew, but yeah, I'm hoping that it will have some events of its own. We have some upgrades for food, some waste reduction, so those all look kinda like in games like Frostpunk or Ixion. Yeah, lowering upkeep, increasing resources, more recycling. I'm assuming the sensors are to get some special options in events and maybe in combat? Who knows? Nebula scanning? Oh, great. Then we will definitely be able to find coffee. Field studies, just a flat increase, percentage increase of XP in away missions. The away missions are also quite awkward, I think, because you get a series of challenges with preset challenge types. Not sure how I feel about it. Maybe it just feels too rigid, leading you on a very straight path without much in the way of choices. Plus all these choices that we did technically have in those events didn't feel that important, other than the ones that could result in simply losing a crew member if you get a bad roll. But that also doesn't feel like there's very much to it. I am assuming that this could also be the fault of this being a very linear demo, and I'm assuming that in the full game, after those first 2 or 3 systems actually, since this is all part of one sector, after that you should be able to get a little bit more freedom in flying around, and maybe the events will be better as well. The events that you encounter on all those planets, there is just like 3 or 4 of them overall, and given the amount of planets you encounter copy after copy after copy, that definitely has to be improved for the full version, because this isn't just... it just doesn't feel right. Compare that to something like FTL, where you have, well, hundreds of events, each with multiple phases, multiple results. Well, maybe not each one of them, but some of them do. And you can play through the game multiple times and still not see everything. Over here, I get my first repetition of an event basically instantly. Also, there's an entire technology tree for the Borg, so I'm assuming that is going to be a pretty big thing, at least in later sectors. I am also assuming that these sectors are vaguely based on the TV show season progression, so we will not be seeing the Borg in sectors 1 or 2 or 3. Oh, maybe 3. But still. I'm assuming they will appear later on, and they will be quite a big thing over there. Also, can I see the list of heroes somewhere? One, two, 3, and 12. There's 15 more slots for heroes, so quite a few characters. There are a few ones that I definitely think will show up, like 7 of 9, but other than that, might be interesting to see who else we get here. Also, having Catherine Janeway as a hero feels interesting, since I don't think we could set her for any of events, any of the rooms. I wonder if she will come into play, well, at all. Otherwise, all the crew will outlevel her. Yeah. I guess we will have to wait for the full version, which is supposed to release at some point in the next year. I don't think they have a precise date set just yet. But yeah, we'll see about that. The game seems pretty interesting in some places. It's a nice mix of games like Ixion or Frostpunk, where you have to manage your settlement, your crew, manage their morale, choose different outcomes of events, and see how they react to it, provide them with resources. This is similar to the XCOM 2's base management, which is also pretty fine, but it has a little bit more depth to it than the XCOM 2 ones had. The events seem, well, more like Ixion actually than FTL, but still there is some FTL comparison here to be made, especially in the combat that I've seen, that power management thingy that we couldn't do anything with yet. I am gonna assume that will play a pretty important role in the combat in the full game as well. It's gonna be a nice thing to see. Yeah, it's a game that seems to have potential. Whether it realizes it or not, I am not really sure. It definitely has a chance, so I am going to be looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they will be releasing some updates along the way before they announce the release date and fully release it, so I guess we shall see about it then. But yeah, that will be all for me for today. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back tomorrow with more Factorio, the Crastorio 2 mods. Besides that, there is more FTL on Friday, and yeah, I think that will be it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!